Sharon leads a free, disorderly lifestyle without adhering to any moral or religious principles. Casual sex and alcohol are present in her daily life, which emphasizes her detachment from spiritual matters. At this time, a Christian sect operates in the city, whose members claim that an event called the rapture is approaching, the moment when the righteous will be taken to heaven. The sect bases its predictions on unusual dreams and visions of its members, interpreting them as signs of the imminent end of the world and the beginning of a new stage. Sharon gradually comes into contact with this sect. Gradually, she begins to accept their teachings, her worldview changes, and she experiences an internal spiritual rebirth. From the image of a free woman, she becomes a devout Christian, trying to live according to the commandments and rules of her new faith. Sharon subsequently marries a man named Randy. Their marriage brings a daughter, Mary, and the family lives a relatively quiet life, focused on religious principles and preparation for the coming rapture. However, the situation changes dramatically and tragically. Sharon's husband, Randy, becomes the victim of a senseless act of violence and is killed. This blow deals a strong blow to her faith and beliefs. Inner doubts begin to grow, and she wonders about the justice and mercy of God. Sharon receives an inner conviction that God is calling her to go to the desert and await the rapture there. Despite the danger and difficulties, she accepts this as her destiny. Instead of leaving her daughter Mary in the caring hands of friends, she takes her with her to spend these last days together. Sharon and Mary live in the desert, where conditions are very harsh. To survive, they have to resort to stealing food, which worries policeman Foster, who monitors their well-being and safety. Despite warnings and attempts to help, Sharon is confident in her mission and does not back down. Over time, waiting becomes an ordeal for her. Despair grows, and under pressure from her daughter Mary, Sharon decides to speed up their ascension. She shoots Mary to help her daughter cross over to heaven without suffering. After this, Sharon feels anxious and doubtful. She does not dare to take her own life, fearing the consequences of her actions. She confesses to Foster what she did and ends up in prison. She will spend time in a cell until the supposed ascension event. Soon a loud trumpet sound is heard throughout the world, which is considered a signal for the beginning of the ascension. At night, a vision of Mary appears, accompanied by two angels, which confirms the event. The next day, Sharon and Foster drive out into the desert and see a landscape reminiscent of purgatory, a bleak and lifeless place between earth and heaven. Foster, who has been an atheist all his life, accepts God at this moment and gains entry into heaven, symbolizing his spiritual transformation and forgiveness. Sharon, on the other hand, cannot forgive God for her daughter's death and remains in a state of anger and unforgiveness. She rejects Mary's call to accept God back into her heart, choosing to remain forever in a purgatory-like desert space, alone.